A lady?
Yes, a young lady in a fur coat. Fräulein Bowles.
Bowles! Ask her to come in.
You are old friends, you and Fräulein Bowles.
From London, perhaps. From the Kit Kat Club. Last night.
Last night! You are some snappy operator.
Clear, darling. Ernst.
Fräulein Bowles.
Ah. Will you be a dear and get my bag? It's lovely, Fräulein Schneider. All these wonderful old pieces. Oh, just put it anywhere. I'll unpack later.
Unpack? Whatever you should not mention.
I'll just be here temporarily.
This is not possible.
How much are you paying her?
50 marks?
60 marks.
It is not about the money.
70.
I cannot permit.
80.
This room is worth 100 marks. More than 100. 80? 85. Now make yourself cozy, Frau Bradshaw.
Oh, such a to-do. I will see you Friday for the next lesson. But then I tell you something. I think I'm taking from you the wrong kind of lessons, yeah? Auf Wiedersehen.
Sally, now what the hell is this all about?
Would you guess I was terrified?
Were you?
What if you'd thrown me out? Can you imagine how that would feel? Being thrown out twice in one day?
Do you mean Max?
Dear Max. You know whose fault it was, don't you? If you hadn't come to the club and been so dreadfully attractive. And recited poetry.
Sally, about your saying here...
You know what I'd love? A spot of gin. You've got some, don't you? I mean, I think one must.
I haven't caught any gin.
Oh well, prairie oysters then.
Prairie oysters?
Oh yes, I practically live on them. It's just a bit of raw egg whooshed around in some Worcestershire sauce. It's heaven for a hangover.
I haven't got a hangover. That's quite the coat you got there.
Well, it should be. It cost me all I had. Little did I know how soon I'd be unemployed.
What about your job at the club?
Well, that's rather complicated. See, one of the owners of the club...
Dear Max.
You're divinely intuitive. I do hope I'm not about to fall madly in love with you. Are you in the theatre in any way? Good. Then you're safe. More or less. Although I do believe a woman cannot be a truly great actress until she's had several passionate affairs and had her heart broken. I should have let Ernst pay my cab fare. He's got all that money from Paris.
From Paris?
Yes, he smuggles it in for some political party.
Ernst is in politics?
Didn't you know? He goes to Paris about once a month and brings back pots of money.
He has to smuggle it in?
Yes, and it's terribly dangerous. But he's discovered that the customs people almost never open the bags of non-Germans. So, just before the border, he finds some innocent-looking Englishmen. Or American.
Well, it's hard to imagine an American that gullible.
Hals und Beinbruch. It means neck and leg break. It's supposed to stop it happening. That it does.
Sally, it's about time we
drink.
It's amazing. Do you know what this tastes like? Peppermints.
Oh, well that's your toothbrush glass. I should have rinsed it.
Sally, you've got to understand.
Is this your novel? But it's in German. Mein Kampf.
Oh, that's not my novel. I thought I should know something about German politics.
Why? You're an American. You know, I've never known a writer before. Will I be allowed to watch you work? I promise to be incredibly quiet.
I don't think I can work with someone else on the premises.
Oh well, I'll go out when you're writing then. Take long, invigorating walks.
In the middle of the night, and that's another thing. I'm not a prude. At least I don't think I'm a prude. No, I've got far too much work to do. I can never explain the situation to anyone. It's far too peculiar.
Peculiar? No, not in the least. I think people are people, Cliff, I really do. I don't think they should be made to apologise for anyone. For example, if I should paint my fingernails green, it so happens I do paint them green. Well, if anyone should ask me why I think it's pretty, I think it's pretty. That's what I reply. So, if anyone should ask about you and me one day, you have two alternatives. You can either say, oh yes, it's true, we're living in delicious sin. Or, you can simply tell them the truth and say, I met this perfectly marvelous gal in this